Hey guys, HDvee here and welcome to a brand new video. Today we've got quite a few things to go over for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. We're going to be going over the latest patch notes for the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet games. We're going to be going over new trademarks that have been discovered and then a few other bits and bobs as well. Plenty of things to break down today though, so if you're excited for the video, as always, make sure to drop a like down below. Let's try and hit 500 likes, it really does help out. Leave a comment with your thoughts on anything we cover in today's video. Subscribe if you're brand new for daily Pokemon content. Ring the notification bell. With all of that out of the way though, let's get into the video and I really hope that you enjoy. So, starting things off, let's go over the latest patch notes for the most recent update to Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Again, it's nothing crazy. All it was the text changes for certain moves in the competitive scene for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Obviously, the bigger news was we got all the DLC data mines from it as well, which was great for us. But this is the actual patch notes for the latest update. So we have Play Pokemon here tweeting out saying update version 1.3.2 has been released for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Full details regarding this update, please visit the following link. So if you go to this link here, it literally just says version 1.3.2 released on June the 8th, 2023. And it says updates, mechanic adjustments have been made for upcoming live tournaments. But on Cerebi and stuff, it says like bug fixes as well. So I'm sure there's been like other things that have been changed. And obviously we know about the move updates as well. So there's not really a lot of information on the actual patch note page, but we know we're getting more than that. And obviously they kept it quiet about the whole DLC stuff as well. But yeah, anyway, just wanted to include that just to quickly go over it, because obviously I guess it's news. Okay, so next up, I'm actually recording this part of the video the day after, but we just got the reveal of the Shiny Arcanine mystery gift for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. This is the first shiny mystery gift we've had in the Generation 9 games. It's been posted now. The code is Paul EU1CW1N. So it's PAULEU1CW1N. And it's a shiny Arcanine, and you have until the 3rd of July to redeem this Pokemon. This is what it comes with. Obviously, it's in the Cherish Ball. It's female. It's level 50. The original trainer is Paul. It's an adamant nature. It has the ability Intimidate. It has the Terra Grass type. It has the safety goggles as the held item. Its moveset is Flare Blitz, Will-O-Wisp, Protect, and Extreme Speed. And yeah, as I say, you've only got till the 3rd of July to get this, so a couple of days to grab this shiny Arcanine. I don't know why all the best mystery gifts are on for the shortest, and you have a bottle cap that's there for literally 2 years, but either way, make sure to redeem this shiny Arcanine mystery gift before it's gone. And then moving on, we actually have some new trademarks to take a look at for Pokemon as well. So this was tweeted out by PokeExperto saying Nintendo, Creatures, and Game Freak have registered the following trademark in Japan. So it's this, and the translation is Battle Academy. This could be a reference to the Western Pokemon TCG product of the same name. And then we have Pokesutami also talking about this, translating it, saying it's for the TCG. The Japanese term Battle Academy has been registered for trademark. Could this be related to Blueberry Academy, which would be great? You know, we would love to see some sort of Battle Academy at the Blueberry Academy, but maybe it's just going to be a set revolving the Pokemon that are available in the Indigo disc. You know, we'll probably get a Terrapagos card or something, a baby Terrapagos card, maybe Paradox Pokemon and stuff. But you never know, you know, there's always hints and stuff from trademarks to future Pokemon game content, but it looks like this one's for the TCG. But again, it still could be related to the Blueberry Academy as well. We have Guardian also talking about this as well, saying Nintendo, Creatures, and Game Freak have registered the following new trademarks. Obviously, Battle Academy falls under Class 28, which is games, toys, and playthings, where the TCG also falls under. This could potentially refer to a new set or product in Japan. So that, yeah, it looks like it's mainly going to be for the TCG, but again, there could be hints towards it, because TCG cards can always get leaked as well. I mean, it's very, very unlikely that they get leaked and they show information about the DLC before the actual DLC itself kind of reveals information. But you never know, you know, if this is about the Blueberry Academy and it's all about the Indigo disc and stuff, you know, fingers crossed we do get some information about it. But yeah, that's kind of like the new trademarks that you might have been seeing online. Moving on, we also have some other kind of Pokemon TCG stuff to take a look at. This was by Guardian and saying major update on the Pokemon TCG. My first battle, we have the product images and description. So it features Bulbasaur, Pikachu, Charmander, and Squirtle promos. It appears that the cards have different card backs compared to the standard Pokemon TCG backs. So this is quite a big thing that's coming out for Pokemon relatively soon. The images are obviously a little bit blurry, but yeah, it looks like a completely different way to play the Pokemon TCG, and it looks kind of like maybe more aimed towards like kids playing the TCG and stuff, just from the box art and just kind of the way it's all laid out. But it could just be like a completely different way to play the Pokemon TCG, which again, all for it. We obviously got that thing announced as well in the Pokemon Presents in February of the Kanto cards, like the base set Charizard, base set Venusaur, base set Blastoise, and there was like different variations of them and stuff. So we still don't know much about that. We're obviously waiting to hear more, but yeah, that's also quite an interesting thing that they've not really gone into detail about since that Pokemon Presents. So yeah, that's that. Moving on, we have this kind of theory about Baby Terapagos by Soul Silverheart, talking about how it could be a potential mythical Pokemon, because again, we haven't had a mythical Pokemon since Zarude, and that was from like 3 years ago, so we are expecting some sort of new mythical Pokemon, hopefully for Gen 9, right around the corner. But yeah, we have Soul Silverheart here saying, after having watched the most recent anime Poke episode, obviously this was tweeted out before, well, I'm recording this on the Thursday, obviously we're going to get a new episode on the Friday. He's referring to the most recent one, which is the one where the Baby Terapagos was in, which I guess would have been last Friday by now. But yeah, after having watched the most recent episode and the Scarlet and Violet trailer from last week, I'm starting to really think that the Baby Terapagos is actually a mythical made just for the anime, but will be gifted in the DLC, just like how Zarude was in the Pokemon Sword and Shield DLC. But maybe it won't necessarily be called a mythical Pokemon. After what the official site said about the baby being its own new Pokemon, and what Ku said about one of the 4 options, it could be in relation to Terapagos. So obviously this is the 4 options that he's talking about here, which is what do you think is the true relationship between those 2 turtle things, Cosmic Diancie, form change, family line, some core cell stuff. He obviously missed out like Fiona and Manaphy as one of these options as well, which means it's probably not going to be that, because it's not like a family line or anything. It's not an evolution. It's kind of it's just a weird situation with Manaphy and Fiona, but he did miss that out, so it looks like it's not going to be that kind of situation. We then go on to say, I can totally see it being created, not having anything to do with the DLC, but just as a bonus and important to the anime. I'd be a little bit upset if that was the case, if they just gave it like as a mystery gift. I feel like a lot has been brought like to our attention about this Baby Terapagos, especially with like Pokemon tweeting out about it and stuff. I think that just for it to be like a random mythical event, even though that mythicals are usually just like random events now, I think it'd be a little bit lackluster if it had nothing to do with the DLC, because it just literally is a baby version of Terapagos, like a smaller version of it. Like, it has to have something to do with Terapagos. I think it's just Terapagos seems like it will be the important DLC to Pokemon. I personally think that the baby will be a type of Carbink/Fione, and Terapagos will be the Diancie/Manaphy. They may only be related in lore or off-screen. This, of course, is just a theory. I could be totally wrong, but I can't shake this feeling. So, I mean, you know, it could be staring at us right in the face. Like, we obviously need a new mythical Pokemon, and it could generally be this Baby Terapagos. It could be like Mew and Mewtwo. You know, Mewtwo is a legendary Pokemon, Mew is a mythical Pokemon. Terapagos could be the legendary Pokemon, and this Baby Terapagos could be a mythical Pokemon. It does have the kind of structure of a mythical Pokemon. Like, a lot of the mythical Pokemon, not all of them, but a lot of them are like kind of cutesy little Pokemon, like Mew, Manaphy, Jirachi, Celebi, Victini, stuff like that. Obviously, we have mythicals at the other end of the spectrum as well, like, you know, Arceus and Darkrai and stuff like that, which are obviously look like legendaries. But usually legendary Pokemon are, you know, these big, massive creatures like your Groudons, Kyogres, Rayquazas, etc. So this does kind of give the feeling of a mythical Pokemon, and I wouldn't be surprised to see it as a mythical Pokemon if it was the kind of Mew and Mewtwo sort of situation. But yeah, I don't know. I still think it is going to be like a small version of Terapagos, but again, like I said, I wouldn't be completely surprised if it was just you know, a mythical Pokemon. But definitely some food for thought. 100% a different variation of how we could see this new Pokemon. Anyway, moving on, we also have this to go over. It's kind of like just some strange information that we've seen that Amy at Japan posted, saying Nintendo Japan updated the store page. The interesting fact is that the Pokemon Company plans to announce details of a packaged version of Detective Pikachu Returns in this summer, as well as an early purchase bonus. And we have Blazing Incineroar here saying, I wonder if we would get presents in July. But again, with the idea of this whole like Mew and Mewtwo situation, Pokemon Sleep coming out in July, I feel like it is more likely now that we could potentially be seeing a July Pokemon Presents on the early kind of like weeks of it. Because obviously with Pokemon Sleep coming out around like the 15th, 16th of July, it'd have to be at the start. So literally like next week we could easily get a Presents, or maybe the week after. But I think with this kind of information as well, it's just more stuff they need to promote. And the best way to promote Pokemon stuff is through a Pokemon Presents, because it's a massive Pokemon event which everyone's going to be looking and everyone's going to be watching. So why wouldn't they kind of drop more information there? As well as in the most recent Nintendo Direct, they did talk about Detective Pikachu 2 in the future, and also the DLC in the future as well. So hopefully it's not too long that we have to wait. You know, we're going to get more information at Worlds as well, but fingers crossed, it is more recent than that, much more closer than that, and we do get some more information about the DLC soon. But anyway, that is going to be everything for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please do consider hitting the like button down below. Let's try and hit 500 likes. It does really help out. Leave a comment with your thoughts on everything that we covered in today's video. What are your thoughts on these trademarks and stuff? What are your thoughts on the baby Terapagos potentially being a mythical Pokemon? And then also, do you think we're going to get a Pokemon Presents in July? Fingers crossed we do. I mean, I'm always hopeful, but yeah, as of right now, the kind of whole promotional cycle for Scarlet and Violet has been very iffy and been up in the air. But hopefully we are over that hurdle and we are going to get some like good information about it soon. But either way, we'll have to wait and see. Thank you for watching though. Subscribe if you're brand new. Ring the notification bell for daily Pokemon content. Something from me. Have a great rest of your day. And until next time, peace.